Foundation. We are here at the launch of the Kashmir Chromosome, and we are here with His Excellency Jigmed Wangchuk Namgyal, the King of Ladakh, and we would want to know his reaction to this whole launch of this book, and how does he feel that Kashmir is being represented in such a beautiful way.
Thank you for having me over, and I think it's been a very moving journey for me in terms of what's been done, and especially in the city of joy, which is Kolkata, which is, which we celebrated so beautifully in terms of all the who's and who's, in terms right from Tagore to so many other philanthropists and writers and painters and creators. There's so many people. There's so many people, which add on to this beautiful city of joy from that perspective. And of course, with the marvel of architecture which you have around, which is hard to find today, but we're not really looking into it from that perspective also. And the way how it's been designed, all these beautiful buildings have been designed, we've not really taken cognizance to it. Or maybe in the past also, for that matter, we talk about various other vernacular architectures around the country, which has not really been connected in a way. We've gone the concrete way. I wish we had gone the way how things have been done. Things would have been very, very different from that perspective. But coming back to the Kashmir Chromosome, I think it's a very surreal moment, and people participating here, especially in Kolkata, because they understand the overall aspect and perspective of it in a very different way. And to see such a young boy changing the overall perspective and saying, yes, I can do it, it's a big thing. It's a big contribution. I think so for the younger generation and the younger boys and girls. It's an inspiration to see what this boy has been able to do and what he's been able to look into it. And at such a tender age, he's been able to understand the importance of Kashmir in a very different way. Not from a political perspective, but I guess purely from a very cultural perspective.
Creative perspective.
So I think she's done a very, for me it's also an eye-opener to see such a young boy who's been able to.
I also found that you said that you do something similar for Ladakh as well.
Well, what I mean to say is, because I need to inspire the younger generation to be a part of it, to say, why not you? If he can do it, why not anybody else can do it? So I think that's the only way how you can take it forward, in terms of inspiring people in a very different way.
And also there must be so many hidden stories in the land of Ladakh which needs to come out, like we saw the 25 incredible stories from the land of Kashmir coming about through this book.
Well, these are two different perspectives, when you really look into it, because Kashmir has gone through its own turmoil. It's gone through so many pain. It's gone through so many other aspects of it. And somewhere down the line, somebody has been brave enough to come out of it and actually speak about it in the most honest way. And there are very few. And these are a handful of people who are there who've actually come out and spoken about it in a much more braver way from that perspective. Ladakh is again on a very different level altogether. So we don't really have those barriers as what Kashmir has got from that perspective. So I guess there are many more people in Ladakh also who've excelled so well and have done so well for themselves. But hats off to these young, elderly 25 people who've been given the opportunity, as well as being given the national importance in terms of somebody's got a Padma Shri and recognition. That's a big thing. So,
anything you want to say to the international audience about the land of Ladakh?
Well, I don't really need to say anything, because the international audience knows enough about Ladakh.
But still something from your heart.
Well, would you talk about the institute which you have for research and heritage restoration, the NGO, the Namgyal Institute, and where more younger people like Vaibhav and research students and filmmakers and documentary makers, because Ladakh itself is such a huge terrain with so much potential. I'm not only talking about the Hemis monastery, but the entire Buddhist connection we have in Ladakh. and I was talking to you previously about Dr. Rinpoche being one of the main persons in the modern designing of Ladakh, in the Dilfas and all that. So a lot of
Talking
people,
about who?
The Rinpoche.
Which Rinpoche are you talking about?
I think he was one of the 17 disciples, Bakula Rinpoche.
Well, I think so. The history goes far beyond that.
Beyond that, yes.
It goes far beyond that.
Yes.
So he was one of the arihats.
Yes.
He was one of the custodians of Buddha.
The
From
Dharma.
that,
Yeah.
So from that perspective.
Yes.
Well, he does definitely have his own monastery.
Yes.
And being reincarnated as Bakula,
Yes.
of course, somebody who has a vision and wants to do something and wants to contribute can make a world of a difference. And I think so he's done whatever best he could do in terms of providing that I would say the wheel, within the wheel, and being able to give people something in terms of education, which is very, very important and very critical. And that's what he's been able to do. And that's why today you have so many young boys and girls who are, who've got the possibility of getting into good schools and stuff like that, or various other government schools, or various other different institutions in terms of people who are running it out there and running it successfully. So yeah, of course, and I think so everybody can contribute. It's just not His Holiness Bakula Rinpoche, but definitely the community has to also back up in terms of saying what can we do together. It's not about an individual. Individual can only go to a certain level.
It's a network.
It's a network. So it does not, the buck doesn't really stop at one person. It has to be with everybody.
Yes.
And then only things are going to change.
Yes.
So I think that is very, very critical and important. And like today, the way how scenario is changing as far as Ladakh is concerned, in terms of tourism, in terms of environment, in terms of so many other aspects of it, we need to take the responsibility. Everybody needs to take the responsibility. It's not about money itself. It goes beyond, because if you sustain Ladakh, you're sustaining the next generation in a big way.
Thank you, His Excellency.
Thank you.
That was a magnificent meeting you.
Talking to you.
Thank you.
And we hope that more and more tourists come to the land of Ladakh. And
Well, I would rather like to keep it the other way around by saying keep it less to what Bhutan is doing.
Yeah. But do you understand the importance of the land of Ladakh, and if possible, try and give it a visit or give a read through about its rich heritage and history? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.